Welcome back, Josh Simonhoff.
And we're back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us once again. I want to take this opportunity to give a quick shout out to our platinum sponsors, Polygon, Roundable, and Space and Time. Thank you so much for your support. And if you're with us in Barcelona tonight, after the conference, please make sure to show up at La Yocha for a very special after party, SmartCon After Dark. It starts at 9 p.m. And now, let's get real with Pierre Beunardeau from Galileo Protocol. Pierre, come on up.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pierre Beunardeau. I am the CEO of Galileo Network, developing the Galileo Protocol and the PNFT standard, physical non-fungible token, guaranteeing the ownership and the authenticity of luxury items and physical assets. We believe in Galileo that the combination of Web 2, Web 3, and AI can redefine the ownership and the value transfer, the ownership transfer of the luxury items.
In the world of luxury, counterfeiting is a major concern. Can you guarantee the authenticity of the piece you just purchased? But there's a solution. Galileo Protocol. We introduced PNFTs, digital twins that guarantee authenticity and ownership of real-world assets. PNFTs can be transferred, upgraded, and edited, but only under the supervision of authorized individuals who can provide valid proof of authenticity. The Galileo Protocol lets you authenticate luxury items and manage PNFTs effortlessly. Brands have the opportunity to register with us to launch an advanced PNFT collection for both sold and unsold items. This process involves providing all the necessary valid proofs to ensure the authenticity of their offerings. End users can connect with their favorite brands through the Galileo Marketplace. Explore all the proof documents and jewelry details securely stored on the blockchain. Feeling like upgrading the ruby on your jewelry? With Galileo, you can also do that. Simply add a proper proof of update and we'll get the magic done. You can always transfer your PNFT to different chains, as Galileo's platform is compatible across NFT marketplaces and blockchains, offering seamless access to your assets. As a product progresses through various stages in its life cycle, our PNFT has the ability to trace each step securely on the blockchain. Easily view the complete digital trial of transfers and metadata updates shown in the tracker tool, which works with serial ID for each PNFT. Utilizing the state-of-the-art KYC and anti-money laundering methodologies, we ensure the safety of both the platform and its users. Experience the future of ownership with Galileo Protocol. Join us today.
For this keynote, we are going to wonder how we can unite the physical and the digital world, how we can combat counterfeiting, but also how we can increase the customer experiences for the luxury customers, for the high-end customers, but also provide eco-friendly, ecological transparency life cycle, traceability. The current identification of physical and luxury items, we need an expert to verify that this item is authentic. We need to verify the document verification about the invoice or the certificate. We need to check the serial number of the item on a centralized database that can be compromised. And if we have the chance, we can add an holographic seals and microprinting. This verification, identification, comes with some concerns about, as we know, a centralized database which can be compromised, but also counterfeiting, advanced forgery, but also human errors. And for companies and for the end customers, it is time and cost intensive. And printing thousands, hundreds of thousands of paper of identification invoices can have some environmental problem in the future. At Galileo Protocol, we want to combine the best of the two worlds. We have the luxury items, and it has its traditional proof of purchase provided by the brands. What we are doing at Galileo Protocol, we are leveraging the blockchain technology to create a digital twin of this luxury item, encrypting all the characteristics of the product, the serial number, the brand, the model, but also all the characteristics, for example, about the mechanics of this watch. And we have our proof of purchase on the blockchain, another layer of authentication with the traditional document as we know it. But we are wondering what are the market utilization for it. Are the brands and the end customers ready to switch from the traditional authentication to the proof of purchase provided by the blockchain digital twin? It's enhancing transparency and traceability because every transaction on the blockchain is visible. But it's also about the life cycle management. We have been developing a system in which the brands or the end users can update the metadata within the NFTs with a human check, but also with artificial intelligence, with image recognitions. I will have the chance to talk about this a little bit later. But it's also about increasing the customer's experience. I have the PNFT of my watch, but with these PNFTs, that's also a loyalty card. I can interact with the brands directly via a Web3 VIP platform, a little bit like the loyalty card you have with the Flying Blue, for example, at the airport, that give you privilege accessing to the salon, gaining points. With the PNFT, that's not only about enhancing the transparency and the traceability, but also to have an exclusive access to the brand. And for this vision, we have been developing a suite of products. And at the epicenter of this suite of products, we have the tracking tool about for you entering the serial number of your watch and having all the characteristics, all the transparency to have the full picture of what happened with this watch. But it's also providing these brands a B2B tokenization or digital twin creation platform in which they can manage their invoice, their digital invoice, this digital identity card based on the blockchain, but also the capacity if I'm going tomorrow at Louis Vuitton, for example, buying a bag, instead of having a traditional paper, I have the NFT airdropped in my wallet, but they will airdrop it by email with an auto-generated wallet address. Because it's about adoption. It's about user-friendliness of the Web3 technology, and that's what we are doing. We were talking about the VIP platform with the PNFT, the proof of purchase. I can interact with the brands, but also we are providing a B2C marketplace, which can be white label. And this one allows me to trade these assets only and only if they are within a custody. What about buying a Rolex, which is in custody, and buying and reselling it the day after? Because I'm sure that this Rolex is within a custody. And at the end, we have been working with Chainlink also as well, because it's about increasing the customer experiences, but also the scalability problem we want to solve. Moving this token from one blockchain to another, but managing also the metadata updates, whatever the blockchain. You can see within the Galileo marketplace that we have the same PNFTs, but the ring has changed completely. The owner of this PNFT and the physical items has decided to customize his watch. And we can see that at the left, we have the original rings, and at the right, we have the customized one. And the metadata has been changed. They have been evolving. And you can see that under every metadata, we have a proof of invoice, an invoice that guarantees that in the physical world, I went to a specialist to upgrade this metadata. And you can see that we are combining the best of the two worlds, because within this NFT page, we have also the traditional proof of authenticity that comes with the ring. And this is the user friendliness to update the metadata. And this is the application we have. You enter the serial number, and at the right, you have all the characteristics and the life cycle of the object. But it's about mass adoption, increasing the user friendliness. What about the Web 2 15 years ago? Like buying a product on Amazon with a credit card was a nightmare. It's a nightmare to create a MetaMask wallet, to funding with Ethereum, to buy an NFT, and to send it to a deposit address. For the mass adoption, do you think this is the good thing? No. Transferring NFTs, transferring value and ownership with tools that people can relate. Using the CCIP, transferring from one click, from one blockchain to another. So we have been thinking for 2 years with Galileo protocol about this user-centric approach. Authenticity, ownership, but also combining technology, combining the Web 2, combining the Web 3, and combining the artificial intelligence. But it's also about data protection. Because imagine you want to sell your car on the secondary market, but you cannot manage to have your home address, to have your full details on the blockchain, public. But you want to disclose this information only to the individuals that you want to disclose. So imagine I'm buying you your Lamborghini in the Facebook marketplace, and you don't want that all your information are disclosed to the public. But if I am a potential buyer, you can decide to disclose this information only to me. And that's what we are building. And this is about a proof of purchase anywhere, directly from your phone, having all your ownership and your traditional documents, because we are combining the NFT, but also the traditional documents stored on IPFS, and having everything from your mobile phone, but also transferring value, transferring ownership. And we had the privilege to make an exclusive partnership with Defming, a German artist who is working within the car industry, and to create the digital twin of this sport car. So it needs a verification, documentation, but also legal structuring to be compliant. But it's also about the artwork, combining pictures, videos, 3D models, envisioning what we can do with this car also in the metaverse in the future. But it's also giving the power to the end user to use this NFT within our platform or without our platform, whatever it is, the blockchain, or it can be OpenSea and Rarible. For example, and we had the privilege to introduce a proof of concept with one of the most exclusive car manufacturer in Germany who is leveraging the Galileo product suite. We are talking about the 21st answer to the traditional vehicle certificates. And now I have 3 more minutes to talk to you about the AI and what we can do with this fantastic technology. And we have been thinking like using the camera of your phone to recognize fake items versus real items. What about machine learning? What about teach the AI how to recognize a fake from a real item? What about the AI extracting information from invoices to automatically update the metadata? Because at the current state now, we need a human to update the metadata. It can be prone to errors, but what about the artificial intelligence to proposing metadata updates? But it's also about insights and analytics that can be very valuable for brands about the purchase behaviors, but also about the counterfeiting industry behaviors and to anticipate these trends. And finally, because the AI is a wonderful technology that we have been using with Galileo for 1 year right now, it's about adding another layer of protection for brands and the customers. We believe that at Galileo, combining the Web 2, Web 3, and AI can change the life of millions of people on how we are perceiving ownership and value and how we can transfer this value over the internet. Thank you very much.
That's